Life created on a vibration, and the vibration surrounded us everywhere. Without vibration, we will not understand anything around us. Even we will not understand each other. Imagine if I am talking without air around me. You will not hear me and you will not understand what I am talking about. It could be you can read my lipstick, but you will not understand what I am talking about. If I am speaking in another language, you don't know. This is because of the vibration which coming from my mouth to you through my talking by air, and you will hear it in the end and feel it in the beginning. So for this reason, feeling is very important, and feeling can be translated or can translate the vibration around each other. This is exactly the meaning, or the very quickly meaning of the vibration around us. Even our cells have a type of vibration, a special type of vibration. If this vibration cannot be exactly the same to the life's vibration, it will lose its life. This is very important point. We have to understand it right well. And this point exactly let us understand the music, because the music also is type of vibration, and all vibrations have a special type of frequency, same as the life. Life have a special type of vibration. This vibration have a special type of frequency which we cannot go out of it. If we go out of this frequency, or let me say that if the frequency going higher or lower, it could be something strange, or it could be something wrong, or maybe we will lose our life or lose everything around us, or it could be something else. Nobody knows what it will be. So the frequency is very important to understand what is around me or what is around us. This is exactly also the music. In the beginning, we discovered rhythms, and this type of rhythms started by something drop down, or rain when the rains go down or drop down, or something happened, a disaster or something happened, earthquake or something happened around us. We started to understand step by step this type of the basic rhythm. This rhythm also, it is inside us. When we hear exactly our heart is beating, this beat of our heart, it is life. So we have to understand it right well, or we will lose. Yes, also if our beat, or let me say our heart speed going lower or higher, we will change. Could be we can be not live anymore or lose our life. This is exactly the basic rhythm in life. This rhythm have also a vibration, and so on and so on. So the vibration is the most important point in our life. When I hear a music and I feel that I am connected or connecting with this music, that means exactly this music have a special type of frequency. This frequency, my mind translated right well. So I love this type of music. Or sometimes I feel this music not, or I don't feel it, because the frequency of this music, it is not belongs to me. So I go away or I stop listening to it. This is exactly another way of translating the rhythm or translating the vibration in our minds. Every music we use or song we use have rhythms. If I say rhythm now, immediately all of us we will think that this is the basic rhythm which all of us we know, but I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about many different types of rhythms in music. I'm not talking about the main rhythm for or coming from the tabla player or drums or something like that. I'm talking about something completely different, which I will explain much more about it, but in the next class and lecture we will do in February 12. It will be something completely different, and I hope you like it, of course, which can open the main door to let us understand what are we do exactly on the stage. Because if I go back again to the main life, to the beginning of life, we started to understand the rhythm through everything around us. Something like drop down, or something bumping around us, or earthquake, as I told you, or whatever, everything like that. And step by step, we start to hear when the wind flares the leaves or trees, when the birds start to sing, when the animals start to say something between us or around us, something like that. Step by step, we start to understand the music, or to understand this type of music through its frequency. By the way, now we can say through its frequency, and we start to understand all these different types of tones, which let us in the end discovered the music. Every frequency or every voice have its special type of rhythm, which we have to understand it right well, or we will lose this thing in front of us if we don't understand its frequency or vibrating or vibration. This is very important point we have to understand. Of course, it is little bit strange because I'm talking about dancing, but suddenly now I'm talking about frequencies and about vibration and something like that. But it is true, if I don't understand the music right well, I will lose my connection between the music and my mind, or my mind and the music. And at the same time also I will lose the connection between when I'm going to dance on the stage and the audience. The audience, of course, they will understand me right well through this type of frequency, through this type of vibration. When I go dance on the stage, the wind move, or the air around me will move and will carry my frequency going to the audience, who they will have it in the end and they will understand me right well. Or they will lose this connection if the frequency is completely different than their frequency. I mean, my frequency on the stage completely different than their frequency. This is exactly, yes, also when a foreign dancer coming in front of you and start to do some type of steps you don't understand. How you can say this? Through the gestures and postures which they created on the stage by their bodies, or his body or her body, and the frequency going but in a wrong way, so you don't translate it right well. I know it is a little bit complicated, but I will explain you much more through the next lecture and class in February 12. This is the main point I love to share with you, and I want you to understand exactly all these points, which can help you a lot when you go create your choreography. Sometimes I see some choreographies which fantastic, perfect, but suddenly I found some points in the middle or in between the steps are not clear enough. Why? Because the dancer either used a wrong gesture, or a wrong posture, because she or he don't understand exactly the main meaning of the music or the main meaning of the song. A lot of dancers I heard, I mean foreign dancers and sometimes Egyptian, yes, also, they said that each area have their own type of rhythm. Of course it is, but it is not 100% correct, because sometimes I hear a music and I found that the composer used another type of rhythm which belongs another area, but he used it inside this music which belongs a different area or another different area. So for this reason I have to understand all type of rhythms right well to be clear in my mind. Then I can create my dance steps, or I create my type of dance. This is exactly also the Oriental dancers use it through their dancing, because they changing quickly. Their type of dance depends on the rhythms which coming from the music they are using or they use. How they do something like that, especially, is also an improvisation, because improvisation is very complicated. If I don't understand the area or the type of dance I am doing on the stage right well, I will lose the connection between me and the audience. I am the first on the stage. The audience are the second. So I have to translate, or let me say, I have to transmit my dance steps right well, very clear, and the audience translated right well, then it will be the right connection or the correct connection from the beginning until the end of my choreography or my improvisation, or let me say yes also of my dance. This is the main point, which it is a little bit complicated, but it is very easy if you understand it and if you catch it correctly when you're going to create your choreography. This type of vibration or frequency, we can find it very clear inside the ritual performance. Here I say ritual performance, but not say that it is ritual dance, because there is no ritual dance. There is no dance inside rituals, inside religions, but something completely different. If I am inside the mosque or church or synagogue, I am not dancing. I do a type of ritual performance for God. Also inside temples or whatever, it's something completely different than dancing. This is unclear point I saw and I heard from many people. If I am outside the worship place which I'm doing my pray in, it will be completely different once more again. Could be ritual dance, but inside the worship place, it is exactly a type of ritual performance. So this is very important point. We have to understand it right well. Sometimes, or I found many colleagues, not only Egyptian, but all over the world, they are against what I'm talking about, because they put all of these types of performance inside dancing. It is not, because dancing is completely different. Dancing, it means exactly that I am do something or I act something on the stage or in the place which I do my performance for audience, who they love it or they hate it, who they like it or not, and in the end they will say to me wow, or they will say to me go away. But in ritual performance, completely different. It is for God or for what I believe. So this is completely different. If someone come and look at me or see what I am doing and he like it, this is belongs to him. This meaning belongs to him, not belongs to me. Because what I do for God, not for people. So this is completely different. This is in my mind, this is what I do, this is what I wrote it in my researches. A lot of researches I did, a lot of points about it, yes, also which I found it like that, which I believe it like that. We go back again to the frequency, we go back again to the vibration. You can find this vibration in a highest point through the ritual performance. Why? Because it is something until now I didn't discover yet. Until now it is still hidden for me, but have a type of power. This power could be from God, could be from this thing I believe, which can give me this power, which in the end we can feel it. And of course, if you see all the sha'air in any type of religion, you will understand exactly what I am talking about. Also the same frequency or the same vibration, but it will not be with this power in our dancing. It will be a little bit lower, because in life, all of us, we have the same power. Some of us, he is or she has something higher than the other, or something like that. It is not it is okay, no problem in this. And sometimes, as you know exactly, when you see someone on the stage, you love her very much, immediately your frequency will going to her frequency, or to be equal to each other. And sometimes you see that she is higher than you, suddenly you go fall in love with her. This is the vibration what I'm talking about. Some people said that the waist shaking is type of vibration. Of course it is, but I'm not talking about this main point. Yes, also I am talking about the life vibration, which it is very important to understand it right well, to see and to feel it right well, and use it in your dance steps or in your choreography. So this is another point, yes, also I love to share with you. And of course, the discussion is open for any one of you can talk with me about it, but through science. I'm not talking from my heart or from my mind, through science, because this is the main point. And this is what are we using on the stage, what are we let it be clear when we understand it right well. 99%, or let me say 100% of the folk dancers, they have it already inside their dancing, but their people or their community can feel it more than us, because they are lived together. So this frequency between all of them, not us. When we understand them, sometimes we catch this type of frequency through the vibration again. So we catch this type of frequency, then we translate it in our minds. And sometimes, yes, also we translate it through our bodies. Here exactly another point. I love it very much when I start to understand it right well. But sometimes I cannot understand these people or those people over there when they go dancing in front of me, because I don't know their culture and I don't know why they're doing something like that. So I have to understand what is behind their type of dance through this frequency, or through this type of vibration I received from them. Okay? So this is another point, yes, also very important point. Maybe we will touch some points or some little of it through our next lecture and class on February 12. But it is wonderful to understand it right well. So now I hear the music and I go translate the vibration of this type of music through my body, and of course my body will understand the frequency of this type of vibration which coming from the music. Then I go create, yes, also another type of vibration which it is exactly inside the frequency, the main frequency of life. Then I transmit it to the audience, who they will translate it once more again right well. Then they will understand what I am doing on the stage. It is exactly the theory, it is exactly like that, which all of us, we have to understand it right well and use it by this way through the science. And this is exactly to let us understand many different types of dances. Because how can I know exactly this type of dance more than this type of dance and this type of dance, and so on and so on? It depends on the gestures and postures, and also the vibration which coming from the music, and the frequency in the end which I translated in my mind through my tails and my body, which can let me, sometimes I feel that I wanted to go stand up and dance with them, or I have to sit down and see them, and sometimes I take my face away and I don't want to see them. It depends on how I understand it right well or not, or how can I how I translated right well or not. So this is exactly, yes, also another way to understand the dance or the type of dances, which sometimes some steps can lose its type of frequency through this way what I'm talking about, or the dancer do something strange sometimes which it is out of frequency or out of vibration, which can take the type of dance what he or she is doing on the stage away of the meaning behind, or the story what I am talking about. For this reason, sometimes you can see some dancers, they explain in the beginning what they will do on the stage before they go doing their performance, to let the audience be with them or stay with them inside the story. If the story is common or all people know it right well, it will be very easy, of course. Then I will translate it very easy. Depends on the steps, what I know exactly through my dictionary of steps in my mind, or I will create a new steps clear or close, let me say close to this type of a story. Then people will understand it. But sometimes if I wanted to do something new, I have to translate it by explain what I will do on the stage, what type of music of course I will use, and what type of steps I will use, to the audience who will understand step by step with me what I am doing on the stage. This is exactly, yes, also let me say that we using something like that, but with the solo dancers. If they are a group dancers, can be much more easier, because the step, when the step becomes stronger, it becomes stronger because of the union, because of the group dancers dancing together. But when the step alone, which it means a solo, it must be strong, and the vibrating or the vibration which coming with the frequency of this type of a step going faster or very fast to the audience, who I will attract their eyes in the beginning, and then their minds, and then their body, through this frequency and through this type of vibration. I know again and again it is a little bit complicated, but step by step I'm trying to explain all the hidden points around it to let you understand it right well, and to let you be with me in this way of talking, because not many dancers understanding exactly this type, this little type of main point in science. So this is what I wanted to explain to you, this points in this video. If you like it, please share it with your friends, and I love very much to receive your comment about it, and the discussion is still open. As I told you, if you have any point you want to talk with me about it, please write it me down, and I will be waiting for your comments about it, and waiting for you for the next video. Thank you very much, and see you again very soon.